Are scratches and scruffs causing you a lot of pain, a lot of effort, and a lot of time? Today I'm going to be helping you resolve that problem by reducing the time that it actually takes you to remove any kind of scuffs, any kind of scratches. So let's get into it. Welcome to Dim Tips, the channel that repairs, revives and restores. Please subscribe, leave a comment and like. It really does help the channel grow. So let's get into it. Today what I'm going to be doing is creating a buffer that I can attach to a drill bit and therefore into my drill, allowing me to really reduce the time that it actually takes me to remove scratches and scruffs out. So what I'm going to be using is just a scale pad, and I'm going to be attaching that to a black box lid that I've got myself here, and it's going to allow me to then attach it to the drill that I'm going to be using to actually remove any scratches, any scruffs. Now I was thinking about removing the scale pad, but actually it offers an extra layer of protection against me accidentally going too far and hitting the actual paintwork. I'll show you an example hopefully soon coming up now in regards to the scratch and scuff that I want to remove, and at the end of the video we'll go through and actually remove it. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to do is mark up the size of the actual lid against the scale pad. So I've got myself a Sharpie. Other pens can be used, and I'm just going to mark out quite rough the area that we need to remove, just so that we get a nice even surface. The reason being is that if we do attach it to our drill as it stands, it will wobble slightly, so we've just got to be very mindful of that. So I'm just going to cut into it using a scissor. Now mind you, it is a rough cut, it's not the best cut, so I'm going to have to now take care of it from here. Just do a bit of snipping, feel like a hairdresser. That should be fine from there. And similarly from this side, let's go ahead and remove it. Being very careful not to chop my fingers. That would be a different type of video. Don't want that. Okay, so similarly, let's give that a bit of a snip. Perfect. Okay, well, now that we've got the majority of it off, I'm going to do something similar along this side, so I can just trim it slightly, making sure that I've got everything that I need and not too much. I could have gone for like an octagon or something along those lines, but nice and simple. So there we go, that's snipped off there. Okay, not bad for what I need. So let's get rid of that. I don't want any of this. Next part is actually I need to drill a hole in the center of this lid. The reason being is that's where we're going to attach our bolt for the drill that we're going to be using. So let me go ahead and just do that. I've got my block here. Across. And I have already marked the center of this lid. You can go ahead and do that. Perfect. Nice. Move that out. Now what we've got is everything that we need there. Now what I'm going to do is I've got myself a bolt and a nut, and what I want to be able to do is just place it in there. Now the drill that I used to get this out was slightly smaller, but I am going to get it through by just actually screwing it in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, I also want to just make sure that the nut and the actual screw are nice and tight, so that takes care of that. It's good enough. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I've got my glue gun. I could have used epoxy, I could have used all sorts of things, but I decided to just go with a glue gun and just effectively prep the surface and go ahead and glue it all in place. So be quite liberal, I think. Should be enough. Now, it's not going to survive a long amount of time, so it could have used epoxy or something along those lines. And I did have that, but I was expecting to change this, so we'll see how long it lasts. If it doesn't, we can always change it to epoxy or something else. So I think we've got plenty on there. I'm going to actually just spread that slightly. Oh, there we go. I think that should do it. Now, just squeeze that in place. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just let it dry. It's not perfectly round, but good enough for what we need. Make sure that I haven't collected anything on the actual sponge. Not great practice there, because that will just cause further scratches. So we'll let it dry and we'll see how it comes out. So I finally attached it to my drill and it seems to be fine. Perfect for what I need. Now let's actually test it on the actual scratch and scuff that I've got. Well, you can see it now. It's come out great. I still need to polish it, but not bad at all. Not bad for what I needed it to do. All in all, super happy with this. Did exactly what I needed it to do. Got some work to do in regards to polishing it, but just works a treat. Exactly what I needed it for. So thank you so much for watching. Please check out my other videos everywhere here, and don't forget to subscribe.